At the start of the story, we see a murderer remove the body out of the car, cut it up and bury it. In the following scene we see Jack, in the same location. He was requesting a ride from one of the cars on this strange road. There were various billboards along the road. There was danger where it was stated, and no one should ever give a stranger a ride. Nobody knew why a warning like this was posted on this signboard. However, no one was willing to give Jack a ride as a result of this. So, without finding a ride, Jack proceeded to walk alone along the desolate road. After a time he noticed a car approaching him. A boy and a girl are fighting in their car and they pull over to the side of the road, just in front of Jack. Jack walks up to them and suspected the youngster of hitting the female in the car. So he pulled the youngster out of the car and began beating him. The boy then throws the girl out of his car and declares that she is psycho and insane. After saying this, the boy walked away from the girl. The girl then introduces herself as Veronica. The girl also claims that she visits this location frequently because she enjoys traveling. After that, they sat on the side of the road and began conversing. Jack tries yet again to halt a streetcar in the hopes of getting a lift, but no one comes to their aid. Jack informs Veronica, "Everyone is so strange that no one wants to help anyone." Then Veronica said, "Perhaps they're afraid to stop here. Because I've heard that a murderer who kills people for no reason resides in this neighborhood." Veronica said that she is alone in the world. They spend the night there waiting for a lift, but no one comes to pick them up. Then they built a fire and began talking to one another. Veronica pulls a bottle of wine from her bag and hands it to Jack, and asking him where his luggage is. According to Jack, "I came here on essential business, and my stuff was stolen off the train. Now I only have one passport that allows me to leave here." Veronica takes out her diary and scribbles something, tears out a page and hands it to Jack. When Jack turned to the back of the paper, he saw Veronica's signature. Jack then inquires as to what it is. Veronica stated that, "I was simply practice writing my name." They fell asleep while talking in this manner. When Jack wakes up in the morning, Veronica is nowhere to be found. He becomes concerned, wondering where the girl has gone, leaving him alone. When Jack travels a little further in his search for her, he discovers Veronica bathing in a nearby lake. She also requests Jack bathe with her. Then Jack began showering with her. They both take a bath in the lake. They grew to be good friends. After bathing, Jack and Veronica walked along the road and they spot a car a bit further on. Jack requests a ride from the man. The man agrees to drive them and the man introduces himself as Grizzard. As we can see, Veronica is disturbed to see the man and sits in the car. Grizzard says, "My house is nearby. You must remain at my house tonight, and I will drop you off wherever you want to go in the morning." After a while, they arrive at Grizzard's house, which is much larger. Grizzard's wife greets them. She first shows Jack to his room and instructs him to rest. In contrast, Grizzard shows Veronica her room, but Veronica was still not talking to him properly. Jack returned to his room and collapsed on the bed, exhausted from his stroll to the elevator. He wants to rest, but while resting, he falls asleep. It is dusk by the time he awakens. On the table, Jack discovers a box labeled Grizzard. When Jack opened it, there was a picture of Grizzard and his wife, as well as two babies, a boy and a girl. Based on the photos, Jack believes Grizzard has two children. However, he has not seen any children at home till now. Anyway, Jack retires to his room after dinner. Later, when he came to see Veronica, she was smoking a cigarette on the lawn. Jack sits and speaks to her. Veronica informs him about herself, saying, "I had a brother. As a child, my brother was murdered by a truck while playing hide and seek. I don't have parents and I'm very alone." When Jack learns he wounds Veronica. After some time has passed, Jack approaches Grizzard. Jack says, "I have to go to my house first thing tomorrow morning, and that my house might be thinking about me. I also discussed it with Veronica. We're leaving tomorrow morning." Jack also inquires about Grizzard's children. He responds, "No, I don't have any children." Jack is astonished to hear this and wonders who the people in the images are. Anyway, he doesn't give much thought to these things because he has to leave for his home the next morning, so he goes to sleep. He wakes up the next morning and walks straight to Veronica's room, in order for them to go out together. But when he arrives, he discovers that Veronica is not in her room. Then Grizzard walks in and informs Jack that Veronica departed in the morning, but she didn't tell you, so don't be concerned." Hearing this, Jack became suspicious of Grizzard, who was clearly anxious. Jack is not convinced. He said, "No, you're lying. Veronica can't leave me alone like this. We were supposed to go together." Jack immediately begins hunting for Veronica throughout the home, but he cannot locate her. Grizzard then hands him a letter written by Veronica and addressed to Jack. The letter has convinced Jack, but Veronica's abrupt departure wounds him deeply. Then Jack exits Grizzard's house. On the way, he takes a closer look at Veronica's letter and sees something strange in it. He took out the sheet that Veronica had given to him the night before. Jack then discovers that the two handwritings are distinct. That is, Veronica did not write the letter Grizzard provided him. Veronica hasn't left Grizzard's residence, and Jack realizes Grizzard is playing games with him. Veronica must have been harmed by Grizzard. Suddenly, someone hits Jack from behind, knocking him unconscious. When he comes to, he finds himself in a truck with several other dead animals. He was kidnapped by an elderly man. He was then led to a farmhouse by the man. The man binds Jack to a chair and feeds him. Then he began photographing him. Jack couldn't figure out why the elderly man was torturing him. He was restrained once more, placed in a truck with his mouth taped shut, and given an anesthetic injection. The man then noticed smoke emanating from his kitchen, where something was burning. The man dashed towards his residence. At this point, Jack cuts the hand tape with a nail laying nearby and flees. He flees and returns to Grizzard's house, believing that Veronica is still under Grizzard's care. He slips in to witness Grizzard and his wife in their car going somewhere. As they go, he rushes inside and begins hunting for Veronica. His fears are confirmed when he discovers Veronica trapped in a room. Jack quickly freed her. Then they heard the sound of a car outside. Grizzard and his wife have returned and they fled through the house's back door. Unfortunately, Grizzard's wife witnessed them. In their car, Grizzard and his wife rapidly followed them. Veronica hides out with Jack in a farmhouse. They tumbled as they hurried away, and Jack was severely injured. When Jack arrives at the farmhouse, he notices that it is the same farmhouse where the old man abducted him. And he fled away from here a while ago. Then the old man arrived and asked who was there. Jack and Veronica direct their weapons at the elderly gentleman. The old man informs Jack that, "Boy, you're so stupid, you don't understand anything." What did Jack not grasp? He'd figure it out in no time. However, when he pointed a gun at the old guy and demanded that he leave. As the man moved back, his foot slipped and a rod punctured his torso and the man dies. Jack also received numerous injuries, which caused him to pass unconscious. Veronica then drapes a plastic sheet over Jack and stabs the dead elderly man again with a knife to verify if he is still alive. On the other hand, Grizzard and his wife came here to look for them. The entire plot twist can be found here. Veronica addresses Grizzard as father when she sees him. After all, Veronica was Grizzard's daughter. So far, they had all lied to Jack. So now all the secrets are out, and it is revealed that Veronica has been a crazy killer since childhood. She delighted in murdering people. First and foremost, she killed her brother. Her mother and father were made aware of the situation, but they have yet to notify the police. Because Veronica was their sole daughter after their son died. The story Veronica told Jack, even her brother's story, was a lie. Veronica has been killing people up until now. And at the beginning of the story we observed someone burying a dead body, which was all done by Veronica. We were shown at the start of our story that there were signs all over the route. No one should give a lift to an unknown person according to the signboard. Because Veronica has been responsible for the deaths of many individuals in this area throughout the years. Except for her parents, no one knew anything about it. So they decided to confine Veronica to the house, but she escapes with the youngster we saw at the start of the story. But the boy soon finds out that Veronica is no ordinary girl. She is a crazed killer. As a result, he abandons her in the middle of the road. Grizzard, who is continually hunting for her daughter Veronica, encounters Jack at the same time. He lies to them and takes them home. That's why Veronica was concerned that Jack didn't know everything there was to know about her. But her father remained mute, and he said nothing to Jack about it. When Jack falls asleep at night, Grizzard binds Veronica to the house. The following day, Jack is kidnapped after giving the elderly guy money, so that the man can take Jack away from there and prevent Veronica from killing Jack. The truth about Veronica will never be revealed. This meant that until now the elderly man, Grizzard, and his wife had been attempting to save Jack. As a result, the old man said, "Jack, boy, you're so stupid, you don't understand anything." Now, Jack is able to regain consciousness. He approaches Grizzard's car with a gun and tells Veronica to let her go. Veronica also got down from the car and came to him, and then she ties up her father with tape. Before her mother can tell Jack the truth about Veronica, Veronica knocks her mother unconscious with a gun. Following that, Jack and Veronica flee in Grizzard's car. Jack is overjoyed that he survived. Now he can finally meet his family. He expressed gratitude to God, but Jack had no idea he would shortly die. Jack sat peacefully, his eyes was closed. Veronica's hand crept slowly towards a knife. That means she'll kill Jack. She will flee here after killing Jack and go somewhere where her parents won't discover her. Jack had no idea that the girl he had spared would be the cause of his death. And the plot of this film concludes with this mist. So friends, how did you like the story? Let us know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you really like it, then share it. Those who haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe. So as of today, see you again with a new video. Thank you so much.